So dear students, today I am going to explain the concept of variable. So what is the meaning of variable? So how to declare the variable and how to initialize the variable or assigning the value to the variable, and what are the rules we are following while writing the variable. So everything I will be explaining. So please listen this video carefully. So after explaining my concept, so I will be giving the notes. So what are the notes? Please giving in this video. Please take the screenshot of the notes and you can. I'm saying any material I'm saying. So my notes will be easier and you can easily understand the concept. So without wasting further time, we are going to the concept. Next, now what is variable? So how to declare the variable? So that I'm taking the pen option. So I'm taking the pen option. So here I'm writing here. Wait just a minute. I'm taking the pen option now. See here, I'm taking. What is variable? My question is what is variable? What is variable? This is a topic which we are going to discuss. So a variable is an identifier. A variable, if anyone is asking what is variable means, you need to say a variable is an identifier, okay, which is used to store some value, which is used to store some value, okay, some value. So you can store the value of the variable. The value of the variable is the value of the variable is keeps on changing. This is one important point you need to remember. Changing during execution of the program, during execution, okay, of the program, so execution of the program. So this is an important definition you need to remember. So this is the definition of variable. So now how to declare the variable? So example, simple example. Simple example. Suppose अपन का bag है, ये bag है ना? So this bag I am making as variable. So I am giving the name to this bag as variable. So this is my bag. So okay. So what we can keep inside the bag? We can keep books, or we can keep clothes, or anything we can keep it now. Okay, clear now? So what I will do, as per the bag means when I am saying bag, bag. So in this you can store many books, but now as per C language you remember this is one bag. Okay, you can store only how many values? One value, one book only you can keep. Okay, that may be textbook you want to keep, a notebook you want to keep, or dictionary you want to keep, that you decide. So you tell me now what is this as per so what is bag now? A bag is nothing but here as per my, just I am explaining one example to understand the concept. This is bag. So what, in this what you can store? You can store only one value. So what is variable now? A variable is an identifier, okay, which is used to store some value. You can store any value. One value only you can store, but that may be anything. So that keeps on changing. So whatever the value you are keeping. So suppose today you are using, suppose you are taking this back to the college or school, you are keeping textbook now. So one book only you are taking to the college. So once you are coming, so teacher said to get the new notebook, means what you did after coming home, you removed the textbook and you inserted the notebook now. So what you are doing now, you are changing according to the situation. So what is required inside the variable, that you keeps on changing. So that is the meaning of so variable. So syntax is very important. So sir, how to declare the variable? Suppose the variable can be declared with like a data type, okay, data type space variable name, data type space variable name. So this is very important. Sir, what is the meaning of data type? So the next video will be the data type video only. So you can make use of that video, please. That is very important question in a finance. So data type is nothing but a type of value. Okay, you know already. So data type may be, that may be integer, or that may be float, or that may be double, okay, that may be okay character. So you decide. So what type of value you want to store? Suppose I want to store a number, only number which does not contain decimal value. So you need to use int keyword. If I want to store the decimal value, then go for float data type. If you want to store the decimal value, the float and double both are same. So you got to clarify what's the meaning of data type. Suppose what type of value you want to store, based on that you need to decide the data type. Sir, what is the meaning of variable name? Is nothing but you are giving some name to the bag. Like this is a bag now, I am giving this is college bag, okay, or school bag. So what is the name? This is a name which we are giving to this bag now. So you got a clarity now. Data type is nothing but a type of value which we can store it in the variable. So every variable can store only one value that depends on your data type. So what type of data type? So if I write example, you'll get a clarity now. Suppose if I write int a I written, int a I written. So what is a now? What is a variable? What is a here? Variable. How many values we can store in variable a? You can store only how many values? One value. One value. So that value, why, which value that is? Which value you will store? Integer type. So what is the meaning of integer? A number which does not contain decimal value. So suppose if I write in, okay, a equal to 10. So now what is 10 here? Is it right or wrong? Yes, right. Why? Because the 10 is an integer. You know, integers can be negative or positive. Any one number you can store in the variable. Suppose if I say 7.95. So this is wrong. Why? Because a is which type? Integer. So you can store only integer value, but we are storing a decimal value, so it is wrong. So this is the meaning of data type, okay, and variable. And next important thing is how to declare the variable. So listen, now if I declare the variable, if I don't assign any value to the variable, suppose I return what? Int a I return. So what is a? A is a variable. Yes, very good. A is a variable. Okay. So next, what is the data type of in a? What type of value I can store? Integer. So every data type, whatever the data type you are using here, every data type is having a memory size. So what is the size of the variable a here? 2 bytes. 2 bytes, because you come to know when I'm explaining the data type concept, there I'll explain what is the meaning of integer and everything. So how many values you can store? Only one value. How many values you can store? Only one value. So this is important point. So after this, okay, did I given any value for this variable a? No. What compiler we can do now? Compiler will store a garbage value. Okay, a garbage value. So what is the meaning of garbage value? It is also called as unknown value. So sir, what is the meaning of unknown? అర్థమైంది కదా. ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు వేరియబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు, సో ఆ వేరియబుల్ క్రియేట్ కరేనా ఆ వాల్యూ नहीं डाले क्या होता? Compiler will store garbage value. So what is the meaning of garbage? It is an one integer value only that you don't know what value will be stored in the. Who will store? Compiler will store. So one simple example I'll explain. Suppose you are purchasing shoes, na? When you go to the shop and if you select the shoes, inside the shoe the company will put something, that papers, okay, the rough papers they will keep. So why they are keeping the papers now? So the papers are called as garbage value. So why the company is keeping the papers? Okay, otherwise if they don't keep the papers, what will happen? The shoes, it will become what? Shape out. So to remain the shape as it is, they are keeping some papers, rough paper, something inside the shoe now. So here also, now when you create a variable, compiler will wait for the user, whether the user is storing the value or is not given the value. Later he will give you value. So based upon the requirement, so what a compiler is doing now, so if the user check, it will wait for some time. So if the user is given value or not, it will check. If the user is given value, your value will be stored. If you don't give value, then compiler will store one value, that value is called as garbage. What is the meaning of garbage value? It is also called as unknown value. So this is what the meaning of. So sir, I want to create the variable and I want to give the value, so I can give int a equal to 10. So you tell me now, what is a? A is a variable. A is a variable again. So how many bytes of memory it will occupy? What is the data type I written here? Integer. So what is the size of the variable here? 2 bytes. And how many values you can store? Only one value. Only one value. So this is very good. Now up to here clear. Now garbage value will be stored, it will not store. Now there is no garbage value. Garbage value, because you created and you have stored the value, so there is no question of garbage value. So this is very, very important topic, just you remember. So now one student is asking, sir, I want to declare one decimal value. So you write here float, okay, float x. So what is x here? Variable. Very good. What is it? Float? It is a variable. So how many, what is the size of this variable? Now what data type you have used? Float. So float means what? 4 bytes. Okay. Now here how many values you can store? Only one value. Same thing, only one value. But which value we can store? A number which contains a decimal value. Okay. Did I given any value for the variable? No. What will be stored? Garbage value. So sir, I will create and I will store my value. Then what you do? You write like this: float x is equal to 7.32. Now what is x here? Variable. How many bytes of memory? 4 bytes. And is there any garbage value be stored in x? No, because you already stored the value, so there is no question of garbage value. Okay. How many values we can store? Only one value. So this is what the meaning of variable. So please make use of the notes. So whatever the notes, whatever the points I explained. So the next, I said variable. So, sir, what are the rules we need to follow while giving the name to the variable? So next we are going to explain rules for writing a variable name. So you cannot keep anything like, okay, writing a variable name. So what are the rules we have to follow while giving the name to the variables? So first point, a variable name, okay, variable name must start with an alphabet, okay, alphabet. So suppose you see before in one example I written int a written. So what is this? A is an alphabet only, na? Always. Now if I write like this, int at the rate I written. So what is at the rate here? Variable. But it is wrong. You cannot start any variable name with any special symbol. Suppose if I write like this, int at the rate, okay, plus symbol, plus abc something I written. So you cannot say it is variable now. Why? Because plus symbol, you started with plus symbol. So always what I said, you must start with an alphabet. So one student is arguing, so sir, I want to start with one special symbol. Only which symbol is allowed? Underscore. Okay, underscore. Okay, underscore is allowed. So example, suppose if I write int underscore a, is it right? Yes, because only you can start any variable name with only one special symbol is allowed, that is only underscore. So that is what. Now my question is it valid? Int suppose I am writing what? Vijay, something I written. Now you tell me what is this? Variable. So but now you observe here only one letter is there. Here 1 2 3 4 5. So how many variable only? How many variables are there? One variable only, but the name of the variable is lengthy. So here the variable name is only one letter, here the variable name is 5 letters. So that is, now how many variables are there? One variable only. Please remember, the variable name is Vijay. Here also one variable only is there, and the name of the variable is A. So if I write int A comma B comma C, now tell me how many variables are there? 3 variables. Now the comma is a separator. So this is first variable, this is second variable, this is third variable. Now how many variables are created here? 3. So each and every variable, how many values I can store? One value. So here one value, here one value, here one value. So total I can store. My question is, if you want to store 5 values, how many variables you have to create? 5 variables. Suppose if I am writing Ram, okay, Vijay, okay, right. Now tell me how many variables are there? 2 variables are there. In Ram I can store one value, in Vijay one variable I can store, value I can store. So this is called rules. Next, keywords. In the before video I explained what is the meaning of keyword. Keywords cannot be used as variable name. So what my example is, suppose what is int here? You know already, int is nothing but keyword. Int is nothing but keyword. So can I write like this int? Wrong, because you cannot use the, what is this? Int is a keyword. Keyword cannot be used as variable name. So this is a one more point you need to remember. Keyword cannot be used as variable name. So got a clarity now? We cannot use the variable name as keyword. So these are the very. Now sir, if I write like this, suppose if I write int ABC degree college, okay, ABC degree college. Now tell me what is this? How many variables are there? One variable is only, but it is having many letters are there. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 letters names are given for one variable name. So like how much bigger name I can give for one variable? You can give maximum 32 characters. You can give 32 characters. So you tell me what is the length of the variable name? Minimum is 1 letter and maximum is 32 letters name you can give. Sir, if I give 40 letters, what will happen? It will take only 32. The remaining it will ignore. You got a clarity now? So what is the name of the variable? Okay, the variable name must start with an alphabet. If you want to start any special symbol, if you want to use any special symbol, only underscore is allowed. Keywords cannot be used as variable name, and the maximum length of the variable is 32 characters. Starts 1 letter to 32. You can use any number of letters. So these are the very important. So you can use just go through with the notes. Just take the screenshot of these notes, okay, and I can write it in the exam. So please, I'm saying my notes is very easy. You can understand easily. So whenever you create a variable, the variable will get the memory. At which time the variable will get the memory, you know, which time? During compilation time. After writing the program, you will get a value. So Now whenever you create a variable, if you don't give any value, the garbage value will be there. No, so wherever I underline the bold points, these are very important points. While we are writing the paper, while we are doing the paper correction, we will be checking. So these are syntax, and these are examples. So everything I explained in the top only. So just you can take the notes print out. So next this is a continuation. Before just I created variable, I have not given. Now here what I did here in this video, okay, here I created variable, I have assigned the values also. Now these are the rules which we need to follow while we are creating the variable. So these are the important. So before I said now only underscore is allowed, the variable cannot start with keywords cannot be used as variable name, and 32 characters. Names must be, suppose one student is written like this, int a, and if I write int capital A, now can I say this both? Now this is also variable and this is also variable. What is the name of the variable? Capital A. This is the name of the variable small a, this is capital A. Can I say both are same? No, both are different, because I already said small a ASCII value is 97 in the before class and capital A ASCII value is 65. As per C language, small a is also variable and small b is also variable, but these two are different variables, because it compulsory to treat small letters and capital letters, both are different. So this is very important point you need to remember. Okay, so please subscribe my channel Anu Computer Education to get further updates.